Well, Erik and Amanda Niel, welcome to Heart of the City.
Thank you very much for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks so much for being here. I know especially in your industry, you all are jam-packed and you have a lot of tired days, I'm sure, from late nights and all the things.
Oh, yeah.
If any of our listeners don't know, you all are the extraordinary minds behind 3 of Chattanooga's best restaurants. And we're just so happy that you're here.
you.
I'm so happy that you
Thank
came
you.
today. Thanks so much. Okay, so let's dive in. I want to actually start as if we have just sat down for a meal together, okay? And this conversation is going to be over a meal, so to speak.
Perfect.
I want you to roll out like the best meal you can think of. Like, what are we drinking? What are we eating? Where does it start? Like, let's just dive in.
I mean, it starts, I think, in our home because that's where we like to take care of people and entertain our friends.
So sweet.
And, you know, I have all the stuff that a chef would have at the house and smokers and grills and pots and pans and you name it. So, you know, a lot of it would depend on the time of year and whether we want to be inside or outside or how we want to do it. And, you know, I'm prone to longer cooking times when I'm going to do this at the house.
Love that.
And, you know, that can be, you know, making a pot of chili all the way up to smoking, you know, a beef short rib, or anything in between. So the journey is the enjoyment of how we get there.
So cool.
So I'll start early and have an idea where we're going to go, and then normally friends will want to bring something, and that's great. And so we just kind of text back and forth about what we're gonna have, what wine we're gonna drink, you know, who's bringing what, and
Are we gonna open a Magnum?
what time we're starting, you know, with an idea of that we'll be ending when the end is
Oh my
appropriate.
gosh.
And-
Do you want to start with cocktails? Do you want
Yeah.
to start with bubbles? Most of the time, we start with bubbles when
Yeah.
we're entertaining at our
Oh
house.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you guys kind of have like your core group that?
Uh-huh.
We do.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
We have our neighborhood people.
Oh,
Like we
That's so sweet.
we typically do like Sunday night dinners with our neighbors.
Yeah.
I mean, that shows you really love it because you guys are always serving people, but the fact that you want to do that on your Sunday night is so sweet.
It's fun. It
Yeah.
is also fun to go to somebody's house.
Totally.
And be entertained in that way. And
Yeah.
take care of it
Oh, yeah.
that way. And,
Do you
Yeah.
guys leave and like pick it apart?
no.
No.
Just kidding.
No, I mean-
No, I feel like you love it when people cook for you. And
That's
people
so
are so
sweet.
intimidated by it. And I'm like, no, like Eric,
It
like,
is statistically proven that if somebody else makes a sandwich for you, the sandwich tastes better.
It tastes
Totally,
better.
So, I
totally.
mean, you
Oh,
know.
when I try to make like anything at home, I'm like, why is this gross? And then it's like, it's crazy.
Because you made it yourself. Like,
Yeah,
if
and
somebody
then,
else
like,
had made
even
that
my
for you,
husband
it
will
would have
make
been
it.
amazing.
you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is
Yeah, I mean,
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
That's
mean,
so
I
sweet.
tell people all the time, if you'll make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and welcome me into your home, I'll
Yeah.
be a happy boy. You know?
Exactly.
That's all I need.
That is so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Love it. So, what did you guys what's been a recent summer Sunday night supper?
Well, we're renovating our house, so we're in
yeah.
the midst of that. So
Okay.
we have not been playing
Yeah.
all that much.
Yeah.
No.
I would say the most recent was kind of a big to do where we cooked a standing rib roast, but it ended up being for a magazine shoot.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And so we were cooking a holiday standing rib roast at the house
Oh,
in the summertime.
oh gosh. Are you
For
like
a-
dressed as Christmas?
I
spice?
had to fake
no, we
Christmas.
kinda had to-
I faked the
We kind of
table.
had to fake Christmas.
Tablescape.
And so we have this, giant 3-bone standing rib that had
Oh.
been smoking for, hours and hours and hours. All of us, with the intention of like, this is a Christmas
Yeah.
magazine shoot
Yeah.
at our house.
Yeah.
And, we ended up with 10, 12 people over
How
there.
sweet.
The photographers
Oh
were
my
there with
God.
us, and that we all ended
Yeah.
up having a great time.
That's so cute.
But it was
That's
a lot
amazing.
of like, that stop start, like, can you
Yes.
put your hands here, like turn that way. that way.
Yes.
What if you sliced it like this and
Oh,
put it on
gosh,
this plate
yeah.
and blah, blah, blah. And so that, that was,
That is so
that was a
funny.
very interesting hybrid of like life and
That is
imitating
so funny.
art.
And then one of our
Yeah.
best friends has a pug, and he was at our, and we weren't even thinking. We were all drinking wine and,
Oh, yeah.
getting ready to eat. And the photographers that were doing the magazine shoots sat the rib roast down on the stairs, and he,
That dog was
I mean, he
moments
was
away.
like, he almost like he was flying,
Oh.
and Eric dove in
Wow,
and got,
that is
yeah,
hilarious.
it was so funny.
That is so funny. So I feel like when I've been over to people's houses that are either chefs or like really good cooks, it's almost like you're eating in like these, in like courses. Like it's very like stop start. Is that right? Like it's typically not where like everything's hot at the same time and you're sitting down and it's only happening in this like 15-minute period.
Yeah, I mean, doing what we do every day and having to time everything out
Yeah.
consistently every moment of every service. When you're in a house with a relaxed group of people who just enjoy being together, it's really nice to just not do that.
Take the pressure
Yeah.
off.
Yeah,
Well, and in a
Yeah.
residential kitchen, it's so different. Like you don't
So
have
different.
all the bells and whistles.
Oh
of-
yeah. I
yeah.
mean, it's certainly doable.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah. It's nice to take your time.
kind of takes
And
the
not
enjoyment
have
out
to
of it,
do
yeah.
that. Yeah.
And I mean, I've certainly plated, thousands
Of
and thousands
course.
of dishes. I would say them for the most part at the house doing this. It's more of a serve yourself, like everything's
Yeah.
ready, come make your plate.
Right.
Or we'll put everything in the middle of the table,
Totally.
and so we're not garnishing, we're not,
I love that.
slicing a la minute. We're not doing
Yes.
any of that weird stuff that we do at the restaurant,
Yeah.
which also makes it fun.
Yeah. That is so
Yeah.
fun. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
What a fun life. I love it.
It's nice when it works out that way.
Yeah.
That's nice.
But don't be fooled, everyone, because when I was at Easy on Friday night, Eric was there. So I'm like, you still work Friday nights at the restaurant?
Oh, yeah.
Like, yes.
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys walk the walk for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, let's talk about the two of you before the restaurants were your identity. I mean, obviously you were a chef, and at what point was it like, okay, I'm gonna make this my entire career and life's work, and then you're gonna be involved in right there alongside of it all, and growing it from the other end? Like, what was it like before the restaurants? Like, tell me a little bit about that dynamic.
It was interesting because I thought that I would work in the field that I went to school for, and then coming out of school and getting a job, I think I had a job in the actual field I went to college for a year while you were opening Easy. And then I would go
Wow.
at night just because we didn't have the money at that time to have a full-time bookkeeper or
No.
accountant or anybody like that. So I would leave work, go to the restaurant, work at night, do all of the bookkeeping, happen to know QuickBooks from my college internship,
Wow.
And then it just kind of worked into like, okay, you need me more, right? So then I'm like, okay, I'm working on Saturday and Sunday, like have the regular job Monday through Friday.
Oh my gosh.
And then it kind of just naturally happened. I don't remember us sitting down and having a conversation and being like, hey, we're going to work together the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
It just happened that way.
Yeah.
We had worked, so we met in restaurants.
Okay.
But,
Sweet.
I remember the first time I ever saw Amanda. I walked into a job interview at the old Southside Grill, and she was hosting, and she greeted me.
Okay, that's adorable.
Smitten from there on, so got a job there, and for no small reason that she was there.
Yeah, obviously. You're like, no, I will work here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was an easy decision
So
maker.
cute.
And then for the time that pre-opening, from that was 99, late 99 into 2000, and from Easy opened in 2005, and so that in that 5-year period, worked in several different restaurants, but always together. We were always at those restaurants, not every day at the same time,
Of
but we were
course.
working there at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah.
So we
Already dating.
already did.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
we worked together at 3 or 4 different restaurants in Chattanooga.
Wow.
Even when she was living in Franklin, going to school,
Wait, that's nuts.
would come back and work in the restaurants to make money on the weekends and
Aw.
that kind of stuff. And it, working together was how we met. It's how we began our relationship.
So it's so
and,
natural.
And it never felt unnatural.
Yeah.
No.
So
Nathan Lindley
Man.
was really good to me. He owned St. John's at that time, and he would let me come back and bartend on weekends, which was so nice.
That's so great.
Yeah. I mean, now you couldn't, now the way the industry is, you couldn't really do that.
Yeah.
But I had worked there. I started bartending there when I was 19.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, he was like, okay, go to design school, do the thing. If you want to
Sweet.
come back and work on weekends, you can.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
So, it was a natural fit for us to work together because
Yeah.
we'd always worked together.
Yeah.
And to Amanda's point, there was never a moment where we kind of had a conversation
Yeah.
about it. It just happened.
Yeah.
I think we both appreciate each other's lanes and each other's work ethic, you know? And
So
that
important.
is super important. Like Eric's like the guy that will make it happen no matter what, you know? And I was the person that, you know, you could rely on. Former bosses, I feel like I was always like the responsible person,
The
you know?
support
Like,
system.
yeah, exactly. And so I feel like we respect each other and we respect each other's work ethic.
That's so cool. Man, that makes all the difference.
I mean, it's hard sometimes.
Of course.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're never more than a moment away from work. And,
Yeah.
and work, you know, is sometimes, you know, in your home and you know, there are people who tell you that they have all these rules and boundaries about it and whatnot. And
Gosh.
I envy them greatly.
Honestly.
I think they're full of shit.
Exactly.
But,
Thank you. Thanks for
think,
saying
I think
it.
they're totally full of shit. Because
Totally.
it is going
Yeah.
to happen.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it. And,
Yeah.
Right.
And, you know, eventually we'll get to a point where we know we need to stop and
Yes.
and relax or do whatever.
Yes.
You know, do the laundry, cut the grass,
Exactly.
whatever life thing
Right.
needs to then happen.
Yeah.
And you know, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But so much of the intensity and the intent that we bring to these restaurants comes from us doing it together.
Totally.
And each of us kind of like providing some sort of tinder or fire to make these things go. And
Yeah.
I think we both come at it from different angles, but because we're coming at it from different angles and trying to stay in our lanes, for lack of a better word, but still pushing hard
Totally.
in those lanes, it makes it work
Yeah.
even better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Being in the restaurant industry so young, I mean, did you guys ever consider, I mean, obviously you considered a different path going to design school, but I mean, was there ever, or is there still conversation of like, how do you guys battle like the burnout and just the pace of the restaurant life? I mean, that is so intense.
Yes, and as you get older, it becomes even more
I'm sure
intense.
it's demanding
And
physically.
especially if you have children. Like it,
Yes.
you know, my role shifted dramatically when our son was born.
Of
You know, at
course.
that point in time, I couldn't run front of house shifts anymore. Like
No.
I needed to be at home, you know, and then your role shifts even more if you're in the restaurant industry as a parent when your children start school.
Right.
Because then you're bound to
Oh
a
my
school schedule,
gosh.
right? And so we just I feel lucky that we own our own businesses, so we've been able to kind of build our own schedules. But again, we had to, you know, really learn how to do that and learn how to not be burnout, learn that our mental health was the most important thing, you know, and take breaks, even though sometimes it's hard. Like
Feels
we have a rule
impossible.
now, like put it on the calendar, you know, just do it,
Yes.
make it happen, you
Yes.
know, and that,
And don't undo it.
No.
Once
Right,
you book it, you
exactly.
booked it, and that is
Totally. Because
it's a commitment like
it
any
won't
other.
just
Yeah.
happen.
No.
no, you'll
I mean,
cancel it and you'll
no.
keep like,
There's always a reason to cancel a
something.
trip. There's always a reason to cancel
So true,
you know,
you guys.
a workout or something like that.
Oh
And
my
if
gosh.
you don't treat that as important as something else,
It won't happen.
Well, it becomes very detrimental.
So true.
So, you know, burnout is like, I think I understand what burnout is, but I couldn't, you know,
You don't let yourself even get there. Yeah.
if you start thinking about it, I think that's the kind of mind killer there. It's
It's
like,
true.
yeah, if you want to let yourself go down that path,
so
As you may know, I am the owner and editor of the Scout Guide Chattanooga, and one of my favorite parts of publishing the guide is getting to discover the incredible local businesses that more people deserve to know about. As we're wrapping up scouting for our next edition, we have just a handful of placements left, and I want to ask for your help. Who is a business in Chattanooga that consistently goes above and beyond? Maybe it's a boutique you can't stop recommending, or a restaurant you take every out-of-towner to, a designer, wellness provider, home expert, or creative entrepreneur who does exceptional work and has built something really special. The Scout Guide has always been about celebrating the people and businesses that make our city unique. Not necessarily the biggest names, but the ones creating remarkable experiences and serving our community with excellence. So, if someone immediately comes to mind, email us at chattanooga@thescoutguide.com or send us a message on Instagram. We'd love to learn more about them before we finalize this next volume. And if you've ever wondered whether your business might be a good fit for the Scout Guide, this is the perfect time to reach out. I'd love to have that conversation. We can't wait to see your recommendations.
it leads to somewhere that it's hard to get away from.
yeah.
I'll wake up some mornings and feel tired or burnout after a really hard week. But then I always think to myself, okay, I'm so grateful for the amount of business that we have.
Yeah.
That's how I need to start my day. Instead of thinking
Wow.
about burnout, I think about how grateful I am to have 3 restaurants that are doing really well.
true.
Like, so I think it's also about your mindset.
Yes.
She has a great mindset there. Mine is that the only way out is through.
Wow.
So, if you get to a point where you're burned out, if you try and back away from it, that is not the answer. You have to go
No.
all the way through it,
So true.
solve the problems that are
Wow.
causing this, and then find a better place at the end.
Wow. Guys, this is like gold. Okay. I mean, and like you said, appreciating each other's lens. Those are 2 really strong but very different mentalities to like get through
Yeah.
the grind. Wow. Yeah, there's like this saying that I keep seeing that's like, I mean, how lucky am I to be in a space that I'm overwhelmed and stressed by all the things I once wished for?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and
Exactly.
that's so true. It's like, wow, the worst problem I have is that I'm stressed over all my dreams becoming realities. Like, that's
Overachieving
really
the things that you
insane.
worked really hard to achieve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You
Yeah.
worked really
you
hard
have-
to achieve those
And then
things.
you have to manage, and you have to adapt, and you have
Of
to come up with
course.
a new way to handle all the things that you wanted to achieve.
Yes.
And I think that people in this world who are truly special in business and managing other people are the ones that can continually adapt the dream to what it needs to be in the
Yes.
moment, and then see forward into what it's going to need to be.
Totally.
Around the corner. And we get to the point in this world where you're seeing around corners. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, so true. I love that perspective. Okay, so let's talk about the just unfolding of 3 incredible restaurants. So Easy is where it began. Easy became quickly one of Chattanooga's just household names, incredible dining experiences.
Easy went through its dumb, awkward phase.
Well,
for sure.
don't we all? I mean,
Yes.
it
every
had,
good thing
Absolutely.
it
does,
had
okay?
a long
I'm
adolescence.
not saying you were like
Yeah.
perfect from the get-go.
Yeah.
Easy is very important, and it, for a number of reasons, not the least of which is that it taught us how to fix restaurants.
Wow.
And to understand the importance of taking care of every guest every time. And the backstory here is we opened in 2005. It was a very different restaurant than it is right now, and Easy has done nothing but evolve over its 21 years of life
So cool.
into what it is now.
Yeah.
It was unrecognizable when we opened it. And then
Wait,
you
how
get
so? What was early days?
early days were a lot more Creole influenced, fried
Oh.
foods, like
Okay.
trying to throw a larger net to catch more people in
Okay.
the aquarium district.
Right.
Gotcha.
And remember, this is back when the aquarium district was it. There
Of
was
course.
no
That
West
was
Village
downtown.
and,
Yeah.
and Main Street was like a demilitarized zone. You didn't walk down Main Street during,
Right.
during the day, much less at night.
Wow.
So, the place to go and open a restaurant was the aquarium district.
Mm-hmm.
And, we did, it's a big restaurant. We did all the things we thought would be
Yeah.
right, and realized the mistakes that we had made early on, course corrected, menu corrected. And then you get to this point where the crash of '08 happens. And, we've been kind of bumping along, and then the '08 crash happens.
Golly, you guys.
And I tell people, there's a lot of people don't remember this now because we're this old. But the crash was the crash, and it was shocking. But then 2009 was the longest year of my life.
Oh God.
And it was because we were doing very little business. There was very little money being spent anywhere in the world. And so I would get up in the morning, I would be there by 8, and I would close it down at 11 or 12 o'clock at night, go home, take a shower, get up, repeat. And this was
my
endless. Like this was every day, 7 days a week for 6 months. But that's what it had to do. I mean,
Yeah.
I had to go do it
Yeah.
so that it could be done. And there were days that we would wait on 20 people. 20 was all we could get to come in. And there were some times when
That's where we learned how to
if we
treat
did
that.
$1,000
Yeah.
in sales that day, we were like stoked.
Yes.
So
yes.
sweet.
And then you take care of every single
Yeah.
person coming in.
And that's where you realize that every single person
Yeah.
has to be
Matters,
taken care of.
yeah.
Every single
person
guest matters.
And
Yeah.
so, in that hardship and in that struggle, we kind of forged some of that philosophy of hospitality and,
Man.
and there's cheesy restaurant sayings like every guest, every time, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But it's
right.
Such a, I mean, it's true, but it's like when you say it on a plaque.
exactly. It's like a home
like-
goods sign.
like-
Exactly. Yeah.
Live, laugh, love.
Yeah, but
Yes.
our goal was to make sure every person who dined with us wanted to come back.
Yes.
Even if it was a year later, next week,
Totally.
next month. But if our measure of success was if they wanted to come back, we had succeeded in making them feel good about us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, 20 covers became 30, became 40, in a time when growing covers, in any way was challenging.
No one was
at
going
best.
out to eat that year. Yeah. Everyone had lost so much money, in the stock market. And
Oh my
but it made us
gosh.
humble. And
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that year because I now, it got us where we are, right?
Yeah.
If we can get through that.
Exactly. You know what hard looks like. So you
Right,
can kind of check
exactly,
yourself
yeah.
and have that perspective.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So easy bumped and prodded for, where do you feel like you hit your sweet spot and you were like the it restaurant in Chattanooga?
Okay, y'all, if you're looking for something fun to do with the family this fall, I've got one for you to add to your calendar. Saturday, October 10, our friends at the Barn Nursery are hosting the very first Great Chattanooga Way Off. And honestly, it sounds like such a fun day. You'll get to see giant pumpkins, watermelons, and tomatoes as growers from across the country compete for more than $25,000 in prize money. There will also be live music, food trucks, pumpkin painting, and plenty for the kids to do. Best of all, admission is free. I have a feeling this is going to become one of Chattanooga's favorite fall traditions. So don't miss the very first one. I'll see you at the Barn Nursery.
So Easy, had its ups and downs, and we got involved in Main Street Meats in 2015. It was a neat project. Some people I knew had started it. They, had the butcher side of it, and then they grew it into a little restaurant.
Order
with
at the
a hood in the
counter
back, order at
place.
the counter,
Yeah.
burger,
Sweet.
wrapped in butcher paper kind of thing.
Yeah.
And great guys trying really hard. They needed some help, and so I got involved there, and immediately told them that this was a terrible idea. They should close it down.
Oh my
when I got into the books, and
Oh dear.
and so they, fortuitously said, "Well, what if we don't do that?" And I said, "Well, then
We've
we're
got
gonna
our
need,
work.
somebody's gonna need to write some big checks."
Right.
And-
We're going to need to keep this butcher shop
Yeah.
and we're going to also need to make it a full service restaurant.
So-
Oh wow. And it wasn't called Main Street Meats.
It was called Main Street Meats at that point.
It was,
Started
okay. Mm-hmm.
life as Link 41, in reference to the connectivity that links bring, sausage links, and the fact
Oh.
that Main Street is also Highway 41.
Okay,
So
sweet.
Link 41 was the original moniker. It changed to Main Street Meats in like 2013.
Okay.
But it was just like the little butcher shop, a little bitty case.
Yeah. Wow.
Like a busy day was making 7 hamburgers in one day.
Oh my
and
gosh.
and so we got involved. We redrew the map. We added the bar. Renovated the inside of it and turned it into what it is today.
Yeah.
And that went over like a turd in a swimming pool for at least 2 years.
Oh
Like
no.
people were pissed.
Oh no.
If fries don't come with my burger, like
Give me a
I
break.
can't, your burger is $9 by itself, like $9. Like people would freak out.
Oh my gosh.
This is in 2015 where Main Street was still kind of iffy.
Yeah.
And so like when it got dark, we were done.
Yeah,
So in the summertime we'd be done at 9, in the wintertime we'd be done at 7:30 or
Oh my
6. Like
Right.
once it was dark, people were not on
Nobody
Main
was
Street.
going on Main Street.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So we struggle bust our way through MSM for several years, playing with whole animals, trying to buy local pigs, local beef, that kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Buying, I have thrown whole cows directly in the trash because they were gross.
Oh gosh.
Just because it's local does not mean it's good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And so the learning curve there was steep and hard and
For
expensive.
the quality. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
we
gosh.
slowly started figuring it out. And then, the beef, like no pun intended, against Main Street Meats was that it was expensive.
Yeah.
Like wildly expensive. Like how could you charge this much money for this steak? And honestly, that kind of changed during COVID when
Yeah.
you know, the USDA, because we're a USDA inspected shop, came to us and said, we need you to be open. You are essential infrastructure. And so, you know, 3 or 4 weeks into COVID, Walmart's running out of meat. Everybody's out of meat. And, you know, we had talked to our providers, our ranchers, and they had animals that needed to go.
Wow.
And so we quadrupled our whole animal intake like overnight.
Oh my
We started
gosh,
butchering
you
more
guys.
hogs, more whole beef, and we had meat in the case.
Yeah.
And so people started coming in because we had meat, and then they would come back the next day and be like, those are the best steaks I've ever had.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the best
And-
ground beef I've ever had in my life. That's the
and-
best bacon.
And at that point, you know, they're like, why is this so
were
good?
like,
And we tell them why it's so good.
Yeah.
So it was an expensive, you know, abomination.
Wow.
Overnight turned into like an appreciation of how good it was because people had to try it.
Wow. And the
Yeah.
fact that like that your silver lining was kind of in the pandemic is insane. Yeah.
You know, the pandemic was interesting. There
Yeah.
was a lot of bad and a
Yeah.
lot
A
of good,
lot of good.
that
Yeah.
came out of it. It just depends on the perspective.
Man.
And that's,
Yeah.
you know, that's been one of our monikers forever. Is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you have to find the way through. you
So
know.
true. Man, I love that. Okay, so then Little Coyote was born. 2, 3 years? How?
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years. Yeah, that's
In
what I thought.
November it will be 3.
Wow. Okay. So I want to talk about like it sounds like Main Street Meats was like a little bit more organic. You kind of got a call, you were a little involved, and then that one had its own story. But like, when do you know it's time to grow? I mean, did you get a call about a concept like Little Coyote, or was this like you sat around a table and it was like the idea was born?
No. It's
No, to all of it.
We knew
So-
we wanted to do, well, you knew you wanted to conquer barbecue.
no, I mean, so it kind of goes back to the beginning. Like so
Yeah.
every chef that opens a restaurant always does the dumbest stuff first, right? So they do the hard one first, the fanciest with the most complicated shit that you could possibly
yourself.
Right,
cram
yeah,
into
exactly.
one
Yeah.
concept. And then you have two paths. You decide that you're going to make burgers
Yeah.
or tacos.
Okay.
Because you immediately go, man, that was dumb and that was hard.
Too much
Let's
work.
make burgers or
Yeah.
tacos. So my dumbass gets involved in a USDA inspected butcher shop,
Golly.
breaking down whole animals, which is a skill set I don't have, to sell retail cuts of beef and pork and chicken that we're fabricating in a shop with a bandsaw, making our own sausage, making our own salami,
Making our own bacon.
making our own bacon, you name it. Also, I can have a burger that's really good.
Yeah.
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 So my burger turns into the most complicated burger on the planet.
Here you are.
Because again,
That's you.
that's
Yeah.
what I do. And it is a good burger.
It's
It is.
good
It's a really good
burger,
burger.
you guys. I will pay $19 for that
Yeah,
burger. I don't even know what it costs. but
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it is a good burger. It's been very fulfilling. But I took the longest circuitous route to get to good burger.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
And ended up with what I think is one of the most amazing concepts that I'll ever be involved in with Main Street Meats
So
as it is
true.
right now. It is. I'm proud of all the children, but that one is kind of a
Shining
special
star.
shining
Yeah.
star. You know.
Yeah.
It's also the neighborhood that we live in.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah,
I'll
that's
be like,
really
you know,
sweet.
when our dog was still alive, I would be out walking her. My neighbors would be like, I got some steaks last night and they were delicious.
Oh my gosh,
you know?
that's so
and I'm
sweet.
like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just great.
Yeah.
It's so neighborhood.
It is
Oh,
so
we were
neighborhood.
2 years into MSM, and somebody stopped me and said, "You have steaks at Main Street?" And I was like, "Yeah."
How do you not know this?
Well,
yeah.
Because they went there for the burger.
The dining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So you did burger and then you wanted to do
and
tacos.
So tacos is the other path you take as a chef, which
You're
is
like, add it to the list.
yeah. And so typical me, I realized that people don't want to pay restaurant prices for tacos.
Yeah.
You know, a taco should be $3 or $4 max.
Yeah, yeah.
And it should be pretty low key.
But if
And
it's
so-
deconstructed,
Right. Right. So I get it in my head that we're going to do tacos, but we're going to deconstruct it.
Man.
And then I also we're going to smoke all our own meats because I'm from Texas and I'm really missing Texas barbecue. And I wanted good brisket. I wanted good pork. I wanted good ribs. I wanted all that stuff. And so the tacos thing gets totally thrown to the cutting room floor, and then we smash tortillas and smoked meats together. because obviously that makes sense in my head.
Obviously.
Yeah.
With a bunch of other
exactly.
shit circling around it
Yep,
that's really
yep.
good and tasty.
And but
We're gonna
And-
make our own pickles. We're
Yeah.
gonna do our we've
You
got
know,
to do all
we're
this
gonna
stuff.
Buy a tortilla machine from Mexico City.
Golly.
We're gonna bring in
We're gonna
the
test
best
different
dry
massas.
mozzarella we can buy.
Yeah.
Oh my
and make fresh
gosh.
tortillas and never let them get cold. And that's what you get at the table. And again, just the dumbest way you can do it that is really cool
But
to make it good.
and it's all of it's incredible. But like, what drives the standard? I mean, is it
Obsession.
obsession? Just
Just
pure,
obsession,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, I
Well,
love
I
it.
mean, we tell people all the time that we restaurant hard.
Yeah.
And,
You sure do.
and you can restaurant easy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it doesn't turn out the way I want it to turn
Yeah.
out. Or I think the way
Yeah.
we want it to turn
I think
out.
we could be, not to say that this is bad. There's a lot of restaurants that are Cisco to table,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
Yeah.
But like, we wouldn't be able to live with ourselves
No.
if we didn't have
wouldn't be fulfilled.
quality
Yes.
ingredients and an art form of some
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
sort
we might be
behind
sitting
it.
on the
You know?
beach at this point, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but you wouldn't
mean,
be truly
yeah.
rewarded and
Right.
like
Yeah,
excited about
exactly.
your work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
If you missed your chance to snag tickets to Star Night, the sold-out event supporting Siskin Children's Institute, you can still be part of the impact. Siskin's online silent auction is open, giving everyone the chance to bid on incredible packages while helping provide life-changing therapies, diagnostic services, and support for children with special needs and their families. Every bid helps create brighter futures right here in our community. So whether you're attending Star Night or cheering from home, you can still make a big difference. Browse the auction and place your bids today by visiting the Star Night auction link at siskin.org or through Siskin's social media. Together, we can help every child reach their fullest potential.
and that's the fundament that all three of them are built on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is doing it right, making the tough decisions.
Yeah.
Because with that kind of intentionality, people or guests
Yeah.
can feel the authenticness of what it is we do.
Yeah.
The authenticity of what we do.
Yeah, totally.
And authenticity is one of those really interesting words. It's super important in the restaurant business, especially right now. And authenticity is kind of hard to define for
Yeah.
some people.
Yeah.
But it is a feeling that I feel like is wrapped up in hospitality. Like you cannot be truly hospitable without being authentic.
Yeah.
But
so
it doesn't mean that your abuela made tortillas for you, on a comal that her grandmother had from Mexico City. Like it is a feeling of authentically creating something that you want to give to somebody
Yes.
else. And that authenticity, intentionality all comes together and is wrapped up in hospitality in a way. I think that's kind of like part of the sauce that is what makes these three places so special.
Yeah.
We also don't believe in copying other concepts. Like, we've traveled a lot, right? It would be very easy to open a restaurant. Like, okay,
We saw this thing here. And
yeah,
let's bring it to
exactly.
Chattanooga.
Like
yeah.
we find that to be disingenuous.
Yep.
Like, I would never copy another restaurant concept. I would hope that Chattanoogans would know better.
Yeah.
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 If a concept is copied.
And we get these compliments that are really neat from all these people who've moved to town, traveled through town. Like this restaurant would be great in Atlanta. This restaurant would be great in LA.
Yeah,
Guys,
That's
exactly.
so cool.
Right.
And-
Have you ever thought about moving
Yeah,
to Houston?
yeah, man.
We're like, no, we haven't.
Yeah. I've never thought about it. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanna know the secret. Like, how do you maintain this insane standard with 3 different unique big operations? I mean, what is the secret sauce there?
It's something we are still working on. Because we're trying to apply the same logic to all 3 places. And they're different, their needs are different, and so we're trying to edit that logic just a little bit for all 3. But what it really is the principles that we've kind of talked about a little bit already. The restaurants are kind of built on the same foundations. The menus are printed every day. There is a routine to each place. So we have lineup every day before lunch and or dinner, depending on the restaurant.
We have family meal every day.
Family meal every day. We spend time,
With your teams.
we spend time with our teams.
Wow.
Our managers spend time with our teams every day. There's communication between front of house and back of house every day. 30 to 45 minutes of dedicated time for everybody to interact with everybody as a group. And, the financial ramifications of that are huge, to have an entire squad sitting there for 45 minutes on the clock, doing nothing but talking about what it is we do. And learning,
And
we
we've
bring
cooked
in,
for them
And
at
you're
every
feeding
restaurant.
them.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
bring-
I'm
we
like,
cook
wait,
For them at
yeah,
every
there's
restaurant
that.
every day.
Yeah, we bring in guests. We do trainings.
Wow.
We'll taste wine. We'll taste spirit. We'll taste food. It it is all done with the intention of cohesing the group around what it is that we do, and then taking it to the guest. But without that time and energy and effort and investment, they don't work.
No.
Yeah.
So making sure that everybody understands what their role is, where they are in their development, what they need to work on, how to work on it, and then understanding how to take care of guests under our systems is super important.
Well, and instilling pride in your team. I mean, they are there. It's like it's career mentality for them. It's
Yes.
not just
Yeah.
summer job. It's like
Yes.
No.
it's an art. It is their passion, and they're
Yeah, I mean, we've
They're
implemented
invested.
systems over the years, tip pools and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
that-
wow.
All three of our restaurants are tip pooled, and I think I now when I interview people, I ask, have you ever worked in a tip pooled front of house? A lot of people in bigger cities have,
I mean, and the back of house is part of that pool.
yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
The back house
That's so
has
cool.
has an investment in guest satisfaction even more than just doing a good job,
Wow.
because they are part of the pool.
That's so cool. I didn't realize that.
And the consistency that brings to an inconsistent business. So the consistency of income is super important.
Super important.
In the years since we've done this, we've had so many people buy houses, get married, like do the things that people want to do to continue to grow in their lives, because they have certainty about the kind of money they can make doing the job that they do.
Wow. That is so awesome.
And it removes the one night where you make $800,
Totally.
but it also removes the one night where you make 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're just
Yeah.
stuck there all night.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
it's been a game changer for us. Like we did this class with Battle Academy. They had this class where they came and they talked to us about why we thought all three of our restaurants were in the Michelin Guide. And I think it does have a lot to do with the tip pool, because everybody takes ownership
So
in
true.
that guest, and I will also say that like our people are really key. Like, Cliff, our director of operations, Mike, Mike,
I love
like
Mike, dude. He's
he's
so
like
awesome.
so good at what he does. And I feel like we've really tried to like nurture those people. A lot of those people have worked for us for a really long time.
It's like you guys plucked Mike out of a movie. Like
Yeah,
he doesn't
I know.
belong here, but yet he
Right.
does.
He
You know what I
does.
mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with Mike. He's so
He's so
but yeah,
awesome.
the fact that you guys are
Yeah.
just like, yeah, he's so embedded and so a part of your brand now. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
he is.
amazing.
And he's very, even Ben, at Easy, Eric's sous chef, he's been with us for 6 years. And like, I just, we try, like this year for the first time, I bought all the moms that work for us flowers on Mother's Day. And then I got all the dads, like really nice succulents. And I was
small gesture, but so grand.
Yes. And I want to be able to do more things like that, because I do really think that our people are key to our success for sure.
Oh, sweet. Yes. Oh, and I can feel that from you guys. I mean, just your appreciation and honestly, just your retention at the restaurants. Like you have lifers
Yeah.
at these restaurants, which is amazing. And it improves the quality of the service I receive as a patron so much. It's like you love seeing that familiar face. And just like knowing the culture is good and positive.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you alluded to it, but man, the accolades, y'all. I mean, how does it feel? Like Michelin Guide, the award-winning chef, you have been for years. When was your first award?
I was first nominated as a semifinalist for the James Beard Awards in 16, and then again in 17,
I mean, no
which
big
was wild.
deal.
I mean, it was
wild.
Yeah, it was wild. It was an incredible achievement, acknowledgement of a whole lot of work over decades and decades to kind of get there.
Gosh. How do you find out about these things? Like, is it an email? Is it a phone call? Is it just published?
Usually it's
The
an
list comes
email.
out, and
Yeah.
I found out through our publicist who.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean the first beard nomination, I was at the pediatrician's with our son who was sick, of course, because he was in that time when he was just sick all the time.
Of course. Wow,
And,
that is the most real
And
life
I'm
thing
just
I've
sitting
ever
there,
heard.
just like, losing it, and the doctor's sitting there trying to talk to me about an ear infection.
I'm sorry. I can't concentrate.
Yeah, I don't know where you were, but I
I
finally.
was probably at work.
I'm sure you were. Yeah.
Oh my
So I
gosh.
finally got back in the car and was able to call Charlotte back and talk to her about it.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then, I don't know what Cade was doing. I
Your
probably
poor
got-
son, he
yeah.
didn't even get his
Yeah.
medicine that day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, eventually, yes, but
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
And then the Michelin Guide, same thing. We were headed down. We had got an email inviting us to the ceremony because they were announcing the Michelin Guide American South, right? That was
Okay.
November 25.
Yeah.
And then
Where was the ceremony?
in Greenville,
Okay.
South Carolina,
Okay.
because that's where Michelin Tires
Yes.
is headquartered.
Okay.
Their headquarters is in Greenville, right?
I think so.
Yeah. And then it wasn't, we were supposed to find out the ceremony. We're thinking okay, maybe Easy's going to be recognized.
Yeah.
Maybe Main Street Meats, maybe Little Coyote. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then that did get leaked somehow. And then we're in the car with Mike and Cliff. And then we find out, it gets
Again,
leaked.
Charlotte, our publicist, sends us.
We find out, she's like, oh my gosh, all three of them. and Little
You
Cody has
guys.
gotten a Bib Gourmand, which is huge. It means that that's what they recognize restaurants for that are affordable, that have
Great food at a great
great
price.
food at a
Oh
great
my
price. And so we
gosh.
were one of 9 in Tennessee that got a Bib Gourmand. And so we were all just in the car, and then when we got to the ceremony, it was a little bit less nerve wracking because
Yeah.
that had gotten leaked. And so we knew that all 3, but then at the same time, it was just
It's super fun.
I was so overwhelmed. I was my heart's racing out of my chest. I'm
guys.
Mike's crying,
I mean-
Cliff is I can't believe this.
In shock. Yeah.
Yes. He's what did Cliff say? He said, I feel like I'm in this room with so many more people that have been in the restaurant business way longer than I have. And we looked at him and we were you deserve to be here.
So sweet. Like
you
imposter
are-
syndrome hard.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
You deserve to be here. You're also really good at what you do in the restaurant business, And so it was just
gosh.
I don't know. I'm getting goosebumps.
I'm getting goosebumps. I have them. Wow.
It was just I don't know. It was surreal.
Yeah.
So do you
Yeah.
guys feel like right now you're at the top of where you'll go?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it is nice to be where we are.
Yeah.
It is it is won by a lot of hard work over many years by a whole lot of people. And I will always recognize everybody who's come before us and worked with us and how important that is. I think we are trying to figure out how to maintain 3
Yeah.
in a way that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is tons of opportunity in this town.
Totally.
Oh, I want to
And-
do a 4th. Eric's
Yeah.
are you crazy? I'm no, we have to do a 4th.
We have to.
And we can. I think at some point though, us doing it the way we've done it, where we are the figurehead faces of these places, has to go away.
Give. Yeah.
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 And so
Yeah.
I'm open to all kinds of ideas and
Wow.
ventures with people who want to do things that are cool and kind of carry on this ethos that we've
Yeah.
helped create. I don't think you can do a whole lot more than 3 without growing substantially in the organizational way that we would need to.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to that by any means.
Right.
I just want to make sure
It's
we're
just going to be a big
doing
change.
it the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think that's such an important piece of just being a good steward as a business owner is knowing your threshold and knowing when the model and you've mastered will no longer sustain.
Yeah.
And I think that's just
Yeah, we
wow.
have. I can easily say we've maxed out our current capacity.
Yeah.
Without significant operational organizational changes.
Yeah.
We cannot do another one.
Yeah.
I'm in no way opposed to doing all those things. And-
Okay,
and
so you guys
growing
aren't
again.
tired. You're not too tired yet.
No.
There's maybe more. Okay, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
If you love shopping local and finding an incredible deal, you'll want to mark your calendar for the Chattanooga Boutique Warehouse Sale. If any of you know me, you know this is my favorite shopping event of the year. Hosted by the Fitting Room on August 20 through 22nd at the Chattanooga Whiskey Event Hall, you can shop your favorite local boutiques at up to 90% off retail. Kick things off Thursday night with live music, sips, shopping, and more, or shop Friday and Saturday with free admission. Grab your friends and come ready to shop.
Yeah, right. You're like,
Sometimes.
today,
yeah.
maybe, but
Yeah.
No, I mean, I turned 49 last week, and
oh my gosh.
I feel pretty good about, where we are at this point,
Yeah.
getting close to the next decade. So,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I got asked, gosh, when was this? Probably like a month ago, if I was going to retire because women in the restaurant business tend to age out. And I'm like, I'm 47. I feel like I'm just
Heck yeah,
hitting
you're
my
in your
like
prime, baby.
I'm like, I'm not ready to stop.
What?
Like
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Heck
and I
no.
mean, I'm just
Yeah.
I don't have
no.
any intention on stopping.
I love it.
and I just want to do it the right way.
Yeah, totally.
believe
And
somebody
you
asked
guys
you
will.
that.
Yeah, honestly, I'm like, shame on them. No thanks.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, a few closing questions. If you guys could go back to before you started Easy Bistro and give yourselves that one piece of advice, what would it be?
That's hard.
It's really hard. I think maybe to take it easier on myself physically, and mentally, and realize that, the unnecessary stress is what really wears you down, and keeping a focus on the bigger picture and not minding the smallest stuff is okay, because the mileage that this business can put on you and your body and your mind quickly is pretty impressive. And I think if you could lessen just a little bit of that toll, it would be really nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have more patience, you know. I mean, we were in our 20s when we opened Easy, and I had no patience, and I feel like now I'm like, okay, I don't really have to answer that email right away. I need to think about this,
Good
you
for
know.
you. Yes.
And
so
I need
true.
to, and that might take 2 days. Like I can walk away and then I can come back. It's going to be there.
remove the sense of urgency.
Yeah,
about
exactly.
everything.
About
Yes.
everything. But in the beginning, you have so much
Yes.
going on that you're kind of like caught in this like whirlwind,
Totally.
and you don't realize like, okay, it's totally fine to remove that sense of urgency. So have more patience, more patience with your team, more patience with each other, more patience
Yes.
with the guest.
with yourself.
Yeah, with yourself, like
Yeah.
just more patience,
Yeah.
and that's hard. It's really hard because I feel like when you open your own business, you're just kind of like thrown into it, and you don't really think about those things.
So true.
Yeah, I mean, opening your own business you get a lot of advice. Some of it solicited, some of it unsolicited. And I
So
feel
true.
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard to develop a filter as to what is going to be beneficial and what is not. And if I could go back and tell my younger self, like, trust your gut.
Yes.
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 That would
Yeah.
that'd be a good one too. Yeah.
Those are so good.
And also, like, I feel like when you first open and like now even more so, it's like reviews are coming at you constantly,
Yes.
right? Like with social media, Google reviews,
Yes.
like all these things. I honestly wouldn't look at that stuff. Like I don't look at it anymore.
Wow.
Because
Yeah.
I know what we do. I know that
Yes.
the people that we are, I think I used to take that so personally. Like if somebody, when Little Coyote first opened, somebody gave a 1 star and said, I know why Erik Niel did not win the James Beard Award because my tri-tip was undercooked and he was
Oh.
standing at the pass that night. And I literally thought to myself,
Oh.
like, okay, I could take this so personally, but this woman doesn't know us,
She might not even know what good tri-tip is. Like,
right.
give me
Like
a break.
you can't, you can't take any. So now I feel like removing
Yeah.
myself from like even,
People will say some horrible shit.
Dude,
Yeah.
people are so brave behind a computer
I
or a
know,
screen,
or a
and that
screen.
just drives me nuts.
I know, right?
Yeah. Why
Whereas,
didn't she
like,
come up and just tell you to your face? It's
exactly.
like she would never.
Yeah, she would never.
Coward.
Right. Exactly.
Golly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
with you.
I think patience and grace, and then learning how to set boundaries, you know, like I don't want to look at those reviews, you know, and like, who are you? Like, you've never put a piece of art out in the world for somebody to judge.
Critique, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we put stuff out every day for people to critique
Every
us on, you
day.
know? And so I
Wow.
just, yeah, it's kind of like when actors say that they don't watch their own films. You know, I
I get
don't
it.
want
Yeah.
to look at I'm not looking at those reviews. I'm not
Yeah.
answering them. I'm not taking the bait.
Wow.
I know what we do and
Yeah.
who we are, and you know, that's good enough for me now. Whereas in my 20s, I took it all so personally.
So to heart. That's so true. Oh my gosh.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
I know. So
It's
proud of you
hard.
guys.
It's
Yeah,
hard.
it is. That's so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Okay, well, the final question we always ask, I want you guys to fill in the blank. The heart of Easy Bistro, Main Street Meats, and Little Coyote is.
My cheesy answer is our guest,
I was gonna say our teams.
our teams, our guest, our teams,
The people.
Yeah,
the people. Yeah, that's the heart, you know. I mean, obviously, you know, we have a lot to do with that, but we now have 93 employees, and that is
Gosh, you guys.
it's hard to connect with them personally with each, and we still
Yes.
try to, you know, like Eric's so
Yes.
good about saying hello and goodbye to every single person in the building.
Aw.
I try to do the same, but yeah, it's our people. They're
Yeah.
super important.
So sweet.
Yeah.
And well, you guys are crushing it. I'm
Thank
so
you.
honored to know you and celebrate
Likewise.
you and have you here today.
Yeah.
So thank
You're
you so
crushing
much.
it too.
Yes.
Thank you for
Thank you for
having
having
us. Yes.
Thank you for doing
Thank
everything
you.
you do.
Yeah.
Thanks
Come on.
so much.